Good morning and welcome to the video. So enjoying a nice cup of coffee on this early Sunday morning. Today I have 12 miles on the schedule. So Sundays are my long days for running, my long run days. But today's workout's a little bit different. So I have a 4-mile warm-up, and that warm-up is between a 7:20 and 7:30 minute per mile pace. And then after that 4-mile warm-up, every mile after that has to get a little bit faster. So when I look at my splits afterwards, that first 4 miles should be between that 7:20, 7:30 minute per mile pace. And every mile after that should get a little faster. So mile number 12 should be my fastest. So that's the intent of today's workout. We're going downtown Austin to complete that. But I'm looking forward to it. I love long run Sundays. However, before we dive into this video any further, I want to let you know that it is sponsored by Trade Coffee. So Trade Coffee sent me this bag right here. That's what I'm drinking right now. And Trade Coffee, it's a really cool platform and site. So essentially, you go onto their website, and on their website, you answer a quiz. It asks you what kind of coffee you like, what kind of notes you like in your coffee, how you make your coffee. Is it drip? Do you like whole bean? Do you like ground? So it takes you through this quiz, and after you answer the questions, it recommends a coffee blend to you. Like, this is the one that was recommended to me. And then it gets shipped and sent to your door. And I thoroughly enjoy it because me personally, I only buy coffee when I run out of coffee. And I never know what coffee to buy. So I'm always asking Joe at the warehouse, what do I buy? Well, now I went through this quiz and it recommended me bags I like this one right here. It's called Eclipse. Dark chocolate, burnt sugar, savory, smoky vanilla bean. And I thoroughly enjoy it. So they're making this crazy good offer right now. The first 100 people that use a link in my description get 30% off plus free shipping. So if you want good, different tasting coffee sent to your door, try Trade Coffee. So for my longer runs, I really like to time up nutrition. It just seems to really benefit the training session. So we're about, say, an hour and a half out from starting the run right now. So what I'm gonna do is one English muffin that has a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of blackberry jam or jelly on there. And I'm gonna eat this and then go to the warehouse, drive downtown. On the way to downtown, I'm gonna drink 1 scoop of G1M Sport, which is electrolytes and 20 grams of carbs in cluster dextrin. So keeping it pretty light on the stomach going into this run, but I just feel the best this way. Now you saw me talk about this in a few videos back. I use this tool not only for recovery in the evening, but pre-run as well. So a cold lacrosse ball, drop it right there, and just roll out the bottom of my feet or on the arches. Get everything kind of broken up and activated for today's run. Now I do a lot of my runs in the morning fasted. However, when I talk about nutrient and food timing, if I'm running right from my house onto a trail by my house, I typically don't eat anything. I might take 1 scoop of G1M Sport 20 minutes before. However, if I know I'm driving somewhere that's gonna take time and I have to drive back not knowing when my next meal is gonna be, I like to get some more food, and that's why I showed the English muffin. I assumed I would receive that question because I do talk about running fast a lot of times in the morning. However, if I know I'm driving 25 minutes downtown, trying to find a parking spot, getting ready to run, I wanna at least have some nutrition in my stomach before we get started. A beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful morning to run, man. All right, so just got to the warehouse. So I'm gonna do 1 scoop of G1M Sport, lemon lime. And this is about, I'd say 25 minutes before my run. Like I said, this is 20 grams of carbs in the form of cluster dextrin, electrolytes, supplying 350 milligrams of sodium. So this will be great, especially today in the heat, in this Texas heat on this run. Okay, so parking secured, about to hit this 12-mile workout. I'll tell you, Austin, Texas, downtown Austin, it's the energy that you feel here. Like I've said, just being around it and seeing the people in the park right now, like I'm next to Zilker Park, there's hundreds of people playing volleyball, running, playing with their dogs. The energy is incredible. Absolutely love it. Favorite city in the entire world. So here we go, 12 miles, about to knock this out, feeling absolutely solid. So see you guys in a little bit. Workout complete. That was a tough one. I'll be honest, that one hurt a little bit. That was brutal. So 12 miles based on my Garmin data. I'll throw my Garmin data on the screen too. 7:01 minute per mile pace. Total time 1 hour, 24 minutes, 14 seconds. Average heart rate 161. Now if we break down my splits, you'll see that I started at a 7:24 minute per mile pace and slowly declined or descended, with my last mile being a 6:18 minute per mile pace. So exactly what I wanted to do. I was aiming towards like decreasing my minute per mile pace after that first 4 miles by 5 to 10 seconds. But based off of like terrain, my heart rate, and just the way I was feeling, you know, it wasn't perfect or it wasn't exact. But if we look at the overall 12 miles, I descended over that time, which is a great way to get faster. Like, it's a great thing that you guys can incorporate and include into your training, where like you start, so you have a 6 to 12 mile run plus, you start slow, you start very conservative, and slowly you make the miles faster, 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 with the intent of that last mile being the fastest. Because a lot of people will finish a run with their last mile being their worst, but you can really improve if you work on descending mileage. So it's a training session. I'm absolutely dripping and drenched in sweat. I found this cold shower at one point, hopped my whole body under it just to cool off. But beautiful way to start the Sunday. Is it just me, or do you love the smell of Whole Foods? I love it. I love just walking in here. I would just walk in here to smell Whole Foods. It's delicious. One of my favorite things to do after a long run downtown is stop at Whole Foods and get a smoothie. So this is the Green Mission. I either get the Funky Monkey or the Green Mission, but I was feeling the Green Mission today, which is coconut water, orange juice, kale, spinach, apple, pineapple, banana. It's refreshing. It's sweet. I was craving this so much. So good. All right, pups, I'm home. All right, yep. Hey, Ram, come on in. You're getting attacked by these dogs. Remy, jeez. Normally, I would take all my supplements in the morning, immediately after my run. Going downtown takes obviously more time. Like right now, it's 11:30 a.m. But this is when I'm taking my morning supplements and technically having my first big meal. So 1 scoop of strong greens. I'm gonna mix that with 1 scoop of strong reds. You guys know the deal. And then wash it down with 4 capsules of strong multivitamin and 1 capsule of strong joints. A lot of people have been asking how my joints have been holding up with all the running and endurance training that I've been doing in the past year plus, where it's gone from Ironman prep directly into marathon prep, and consistently putting miles on my legs. Strong joints makes a massive, massive difference. So I highly recommend it. And this is a cool contraption you can use where if you're mixing your greens, reds in a cup, it's a little hand mixer. You can get these on Amazon for like 10, 15 bucks. So a pretty good option if you're not shaking up your reds and greens in the morning. So my first official meal of the day is going to be some protein meal. So I'm going to use half a cup of oats. So I'm gonna make oatmeal as normal. Then I'm gonna add 2 scoops of cinnamon roll whey protein powder. I'm gonna add like a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 61 grams of pure pumpkin, just like a little splash or dash of sugar-free syrup, and then 2 tablespoons of some almond butter. So the first step is to make the oatmeal as normal and then mix up the other stuff. So the proats are complete. This is what ends up looking like right here. So what we're gonna do with this is throw on some fat-free Reddi-wip. So on that top layer, every bite you get has a little bit of fat-free Reddi-wip. Ryder obviously would enjoy some, but he's not getting some. Both dogs are right here, as you can see, waiting for their breakfast. A lot of people always ask why I use pure pumpkin in a lot of my recipes, being like proats or in my pancakes or waffles. One, I like the flavor, I like the consistency and the texture. It's also a really great source of vitamin A, and it's a decent source of dietary fiber. So per serving, per 122 grams, it's 3 grams of dietary fiber. But really, I like the consistency, the texture, and the way it makes other recipes kind of taste or feel. So this right here is the first meal, officially of the day. So I want to dive into this run a little bit more, going over the splits from this afternoon, or from this morning. Because looking back, I'm really, really happy with this morning's run. So you can see we were working negative splits being trying to reduce your time per mile the further you get into the run. So we had 12 miles total for the day. Mile 1, 7:24 minute per mile pace. Mile 2, 7:12 minute per mile pace. Mile 3, 7:13 minute per mile pace. Mile 4, 7:13 minute per mile pace. Now the first 4 miles, like I said, were supposed to be between 7:20, 7:30 minute per mile paces. Obviously I sped up a little bit. Mile 5, here's where we were trying to get faster. Mile 5, 7:14 minute per mile pace. Then mile 6 was a 6:54 minute per mile pace. Mile 7, we went back up a little bit, 7:06 minute per mile pace. Mile 8, 6:52 pace. Mile 9, 7:07 pace. Mile 10, here we started dropping pretty nicely, 6:52 minute per mile pace. Mile 11, 6:49 minute per mile pace. Mile 12, I was like, just got a full send, all out. Mile 12, 6:18 minute per mile pace. So we dropped that pretty low. Negative splits, what I found, while difficult and tough, can be super beneficial for getting faster. And I have this story, and it's funny because my second marathon I ever did, I hired a coach. And, you know, right now I'm working with Patrick Cutter as my coach. I've never really worked with a coach like Patrick, who's been so personable. The communication has been very frequent and clear, and like the experience has been amazing. But I didn't hire a coach, but I worked with a coach for my second marathon I ever did. And I remember going into that Austin marathon, and we didn't work any negative splits. And he said, all right, try to hold like an 8 minute per mile pace for the first half marathon. And then the second half of the marathon, try to get faster for each mile. And I was like, what are you talking about? There's no freaking way I'm going to be able to do that. I wasn't trained for that because we didn't practice negative splits. Well, now what I'm finding as we're incorporating negative splits, I'll be able to do that for this next marathon coming up. So if you want to get faster, I highly recommend using negative splits every so often in your training. It's been a powerful tool, something I enjoy. It's tough, it's difficult, but it works. Next up on today's menu, I have elk ribeyes cooking right now. So what I like to do with steaks, either cook them on the Traeger, but if I'm restricted with time like I am right now, I will sear them in oil in a cast iron skillet. I'll do like a few minutes on each side, just get a nice like brown color to that steak, and then throw it in the oven at 350 degrees until it's like a medium rare. So I have elk ribeyes in the oven right now, finishing off. And then I have some, I believe it's either basmati or jasmine rice cooking in the rice cooker. So this next meal will be elk ribeyes with rice. And this is actually my pre-workout meal because I am lifting today still. I'm feeling very energized. I'm feeling like I need a solid pump session. So that's what I'm gonna do. Eat this meal, and I'll show you when it's done, but then go work out. Initial reaction, just by cutting it, it is super tender. Super tender, super lean. There's like no marbling. There's no fat really in it. So here we go. I overcooked it a little bit. I would have liked to see it a little bit more medium rare. I mean, it's not a beef ribeye. I'll tell you that. Very different flavor. However, it is really, really tender. That's why I enjoy about it. So it's a good piece of meat. Like, I will continuously keep eating this. Let me cook all this stuff up, get the rice done, show you the final product for this next meal. So here we are, 8 ounces of elk ribeye with 250 grams of rice. And then on the side, Steph and I, in the summer especially, are massive fans of just like cherries. So like I'll eat this and then probably have like a couple handfuls of just cherries. They have the seeds in them, so you have to kind of eat around the seed. But I grew up and my grandpa had a cherry tree in his backyard. So I would sit in my grandpa's backyard growing up and just eat fresh cherries like no other. So it kind of just like takes me back to that. So this is like the pre-workout meal. But man, love cherries. Absolutely love cherries. And now it is time to get after it. So pre-workout, we're gonna do 1 scoop of Flight pink lemonade mixed with a scoop of Endopump blackberry lemonade. So the lemonades will be pre-workout. And then I will sip on Intraflight, which is branched chain amino acids, carnitine tartrate, taurine, citrulline, agmatine sulfate. I will sip on 1 scoop of this intra workout. So I'm gonna mix all this stuff up and then get ready for this pump session. Kicked off this workout with some core 100 push-ups. Now I'm going into dumbbell presses. Then I'm gonna go into flies and then body weight dips. And I'll probably end with like 50 to 60 pull-ups. But what I wanna show you, this might be the last thing I record here during this workout because we have a new possible employee coming in the next 20 minutes for a second round interview. So I gotta finish up this workout quick, but we're gonna let's throw the 115s up. See how many reps we can do with 115s on chest press. 1, 2, 3, 6. Come on. 7. Come on. Come on. 9 reps, 115 pounds. Not bad, not bad. So post-workout is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 2 scoops of the vegan protein, the peanut butter cookie flavor. On days where I run, typically on Sundays, long run Sundays, and if I go downtown, my schedule is kind of condensed, so I end up using a lot more supplements, powders to replace protein sources, just because it's convenient and I can get more food in less time. If that makes sense. So essentially, because my feeding window is then reduced because I only got back from my run at 11:30, You know, I'll do more whey protein now that we have vegan protein, some vegan protein just from different protein sources. It's 2 scoops of this, and I'm gonna head home. And Steph and I are going for dinner tonight, which I'm super excited for. Solid run today, solid lifting session, solid food. Delicious. Looking like a snack.
Thanks. I'd like a snack right now.
So we're going to one of our favorite restaurants. It's well, their main one is in downtown Austin by Rainey Street, but they also have one in Cedar Park, which is closer to us. It's called Moonshine. It's one of our favorite restaurants to go to. Here, do you need my keys? I guess we have a gift card.
From November with Joel, and this was the key on it.
The diamonds we sell are lab grown.
Dinner's on Joel tonight. Thanks, Joel Smith. Okay, so we made it to Moonshine. The best part about Moonshine, no matter if you're downtown or in Cedar Park, you get greeted with popcorn.
It's like the best. It has like Old Bay type seasoning on it too.
Paprika. Yeah, it's so good. I like the atmosphere of this one better. Nick likes the downtown one. This is so cute.
The atmosphere in here is very. We love this. Yeah, it's rustic. It's like rustic farmhouse, Texas type. Oh my gosh. So Steph and I are really big appetizer people. So these are they're called cat head biscuits. Their biscuits are delicious. And it comes with like a jam, jelly, and then a butter. I'm a massive biscuit fan. Like really good biscuits, love them. And then, ooh, that's good butter. And then Brussels sprouts. Whenever like a restaurant has like Brussels sprouts as an appetizer, Steph and I also get that. So these are our appetizers. We're gonna dig in. I've earned my carbs today. Definitely gonna dive into some hearty carbs right now. And dinner is served. So I went ahead, I got the pork chop with their sweet potato tots. And then Steph got the cornflake chicken salad, which is also one of my favorite plates here. Absolutely delicious.
I'm full already.
We're about to dive into this pork chop here. That's also a peach, it's like a peach salsa glaze. Okay, so dinner's complete. It was absolutely delicious and much needed after a long day of training. So we're heading home. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.
Help me.